Today we are going to implement this parallax grid scroll. So this one should be scrollable. We should have the project name here and also a tooltip with the project description. We are going to do this together in Next.js using TypeScript, Tailwind, Shadcn, and one really cool fancy UI library. The implementation of this one is going to be on the OrcDev website, so if you want in the end, you can go and test it out a little bit. This is my website now. It's nothing special. It's just the YouTube video on the right side. And here we have a little bit of text and there are links for subscribing the channel, for the Discord channel and for my GitHub. And here just some of my projects that I did. You can check that out if you want on orcdev.com. And now our task is to create a new section below this one. So this could be some kind of hero section. I think even I call it the hero section in code. Yeah, it is. And we are going to use a Shadcn UI component. So if we go to browse components, here we can find the parallax that I showed you in the beginning. Where it is, here it is. And we are going to use this one to display the projects. If you haven't seen a Shadcn UI, it's a UI library similar like Shadcn, but with more fancy components that are making your web page to stand out. Same like Shadcn, in a Shadcn UI you can literally take the component and put it inside of your project. And in the end, you are owning basically this awesome looking component. So let's see how to install it. First thing you need to do is to install the dependencies. I already have them because I'm using Shadcn and a Shadcn UI already on my project. If you see these meteors that are coming down, that's the component from a Shadcn UI that I placed for my background. And I have CN, because I'm using Shadcn, it's coming by default. That's basically for merging. You have Tailwind merge and CLSX. That's that you can mix together different Tailwind classes and override them. And next thing we need to do is just to copy and put this component inside of our project. So I'm going to my UI folder and I'm going to create Parallax scroll. I'm creating a folder because in the future probably I'm going to create a storybook and then I'll put my stories inside of those folders also. So Parallax scroll.tsx, that's our component, and I'm pasting the entire component that I copied here from a Shadcn UI, and here it is. This one is already going to work. We just need to here replace our CN that's coming from the utils folder. So that's the CN is inside of the utils when it comes from Shadcn by default. And now let's see how to use it. So here it is. It should look like this. And the code is we need to get first the images. Let's put the images from here, from their code. We're going to put it, let's just put it on the page for now. So here it is, the hero section. I'm going to paste the images here. And then we need this one, the parallax scroll second, and we need to use those images. Only thing, we don't have the second, we have just parallax scroll. I'm not sure what is this second one. And let's see now if it works. So we now go to our web page and we have an error because we have to allow this host name for the Shadcn UI images. So I'm going to the next.config.js and here I think it's images, yes, and then something remote patterns, and that one should be an array. And what's here, the protocol, yes, protocol should be HTTPS, and the host name is going to be this one. Okay, so now I think it should work. Let's refresh. Come on, nice. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's already there. Okay, it looks nice. Is it? I didn't even try it out if that's responsive. Okay, this one is not good. We have to fix this a little bit. Okay, it is responsive, but we just need to push it a little bit down on smaller resolutions. But let's make it now to look nice on the desktop view. So I'm going to close the Next.js config, and this one I'm going to move it inside. Let's create a new component for this one. So features, those are not really the features. Let's create a new folder inside the component and call it sections. I'm going to move the hero section inside and update the import. Okay, it's here, I think. Yeah. I'm going to create a new index.ts for exporting all the sections. Okay, and here I'm going to create a new project section. And inside, let's create projects.tsx, and I'm using the React snippets to create quickly a new component. And I'm going to put from our page here this one, and this one is going to be sections. And inside the projects, here I'm going to place the images. So this one, I'm not going to pick all my projects right now and show it to you. I'm just going to take some couple of projects from my GitHub and put it inside the project section. But we are going to do it with these images. And inside the projects, we are going to put, let's put this one and name it section like this and call the parallax scroll. And that one should be good. So now we can here call projects. Oh, okay, we didn't put it here inside the export projects, and here projects like this. And now inside the page projects like this. Okay, let's see if it's working. Refreshing the screen. Okay, we have our project section there, and now we need to do a little bit of styling. First of all, this section should be the height of our screen. So each new section basically is going to be a screen height, and then we can implement something like jumping from one screen to another. And let's put some h2 tag and write orcish projects, and we're going to put there some text, let's say 3XL, something like that. How does it look now? Where it is, I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we need this one to be flex column, then justify center, items center, and this one should be text white. I should work maybe a little bit on the light and dark mode, and then this one would be different. Okay, this one looks nice. Maybe just a little bit of padding so it's not that close. Yeah, okay, this one is good. And now here we want these items to make them clickable, and also to write here the project name or something like that, or maybe even the tooltip description. Let's see, what are we going to do? So going to our, let's close everything and going to our parallax scroll. So let's see what they did here. They separated all the images on first, second, and third part. That's probably for the columns. And then they're displaying, yes, they're displaying it by one grid at a time. And we need to change these. Okay, so these are the class names of our images. And I'm going to put there the cursor pointer for the beginning. And then we need a little bit of animation. So I'm going to put transition and then is in duration 300 and on hover to scale on 105. That's basically, if you've seen my videos before, that's almost always the animation I use for things like this. And now when we go mouse over, let's refresh. Oh, it was already working. Yeah, this one looks really nice. We have like that effect that we are getting our mouse over something. And now we can write here maybe some kind of title. So let's see how to do that. We are here receiving our image inside our images here. Okay. And what we need to do is to change here from string, from array of strings. It needs to be a different type. So we are going to create a new interface and we are going to call it project. And that one is going to have an image that is going to be a string. And for the beginning, let's just say, let's say name. So name, string, and we can then maybe later add description as well. Now these images should be projects and not images, and that one, the type, we're going to use the new interface, and that one is the array of projects. So now here it is not the element, it's the element.image. And also we are going to change the name from element to project. It's much better to call it like that, so we know what it is. Okay, that one is good. Now we have the problem here. That's probably from our projects. And yeah, so here we need projects, and now we need to actually send here the image and the name. So now let's use a little bit of tricks to do everything without ChatGPT. I'm going to create the first object, how it should look, and then here our image. I'm going to place the first image like this. Okay, so now we need to copy this part, and I'm going to select the part before the image, and there I'm going to paste this and place image like this. So now we just need to close our object, and it's easy because we have equals 80 on the end of each image, and there I'm just going to close it and put a comma, and it should, okay, it looks nice. Let's just change the name to projects because those are now projects, not images. Oh, and this one should be actually capitalized. The snippet created it like that because it's the small case of component name. And let's see now if it works. Nice. From some reason this image is invisible, but it doesn't matter. We're anyway going to replace those images with some projects. Nice. Let's now put our title here, our name. So I'm going to the parallax scroll, and here, let's say here, we can put class name or just here. So no, this is the whole grid, sorry, definitely here. I'm going to put the class name relative, and that one should be on every motion div here and here also. Okay, and now here we can just put the paragraph tag, and then we are going to use project.name, and let's put class name absolute, bottom of 5 and left 5. Let's see how it looks. Nice, so we have our name. Okay, that's only on the middle row. Let's just put it here and here, and now it should be everywhere. Great. So now we should just style it a little bit. Sometimes it's invisible. We can maybe put some kind of, I don't know, background or something. Let's see. So here let's try to put a little bit of some kind of background, slate 200, and maybe a little bit of padding. And oh, it's ugly as hell. Let's say padding only of 2 and rounded large like this. That's a little bit better, but still we need a little bit of opacity like this maybe. Okay, now this one looks much better. Let's put it on every column here. And where is the third one? Up. Okay. What I did. Like this. Nice. So we have our project names and we have our project images. Now let's put the tooltip when we get our mouse over so we get some kind of description. And for our description, we're going to need here inside of our interface a new description parameter. That one is also going to be a string. And now we are going to use the power of Shadcn. So I'm going to components, searching for tooltip, and I'm going to just copy this one, npx Shadcn UI latest add tooltip, and pasting that one inside of my terminal to install the tooltip component. And now here it is here. So I'm just going to create a new folder called tooltip, and I'm going to just move it inside. And here in our index, same like for the sheet, I'm just going to export everything from tooltip. And now we can see how is it used. So we need this entire thingy. So we need tooltip, tooltip content, provider, and trigger. I'm going to place it here. Do we have it somewhere? No. Okay. I'm just going to copy it like this and change my import. So that one is coming from components UI like this. Now let's just see how is it used here. So if we go to our tooltip, so we have a trigger and we need to put our image inside of this trigger, and we are going to have our tooltip. So let's try it out. So here with our image, we're going to put this whole thingy inside of our tooltip trigger, and this one should probably work. Let's test it out. So here, yeah, it's working. It's not ideal. We need to style it a little bit to put some background and something, and it changed our images on the top, but we are going to fix that. Let's see what can we do. I think just by moving this motion div inside of our trigger here should do the trick, and each child list should have a unique key. Okay, we need to move our key inside of our tooltip provider, and let's test it out now. Yeah, that's what we want. So our images now look good, and we just need to style the tooltip a little bit. So let's just put the same thing on our tooltip like we placed here. It can be background slate 200 and with the 50 opacity. Tooltip content here. Let's see how it looks. Nice. I mean, it's decent, maybe a little bit less of opacity like this. Yeah, now it's a little bit better. It's more visible. Okay, nice. Let's now put it on every column. So I'm going to move this part instead of this. I hope I'm right. And this one, tooltip trigger and tooltip provider here. And now again here, and also this part as well instead of the motion div. Let's try other columns. Working, perfect. So now we should just here put description, and we're going to say just some orcish description and add it to each name. I mean, after each name to each object, and delete this duplicated object. And now here, instead of add to library, we are replacing that and placing our project.description. Let's see now what we got. Some workers description. Perfect. Warriors, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe to this channel.